Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome back to Brown Bat Bets, powered by BetSperts. We are your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christensen, and joining me, as always, hatless today. Must have gotten a haircut or something. You're looking kind of sharp. How you doing today, Andy?
Yeah, we got the haircut yesterday. My gal Nikki took care of things. She was uh she was on her game yesterday. I said something to her. And like just kind of joking because I'm just that guy who says stuff, but I try to deadpan it. And I'm like, this is one of your better haircuts. And she's like, you would not believe how often this happens. She's like, usually it's me where I'm like saying this is like I'm better at cutting this person's hair today than I was last time. She's like, I hate that there's a difference, but hair is hair. So no, I agreed, she agreed. It's one of the better jobs she's ever done. Even tipped a little extra, I think. So good job to her. Good
That's
job
good.
to
Tip.
us. Everything we said yesterday came true. I know Noop said take it easy on the Atlanta total. I know some of you guys don't listen worth shit and probably bet the over 228 anyway. It didn't matter. It cashed by like 15. I didn't even remember to watch the NIT game because it turns out my wife has never seen The Godfather. So we took that in last night. Well, most
How do
she
you
thought.
not already know that?
Uh, I guess it's an assumption. Like it's like saying I've never had ice cream. What's that
This
like?
should have
Like you
come
don't.
up
It's
in
not.
conversation over the years by now. I mean, did you just
I I
block it out,
I
maybe? Do you
I
not
thought so
want
too.
to have remembered this?
Yeah, maybe I passed out when I made, or maybe she just like when someone says a joke and you laugh and you don't get it, or she just pretends to pay attention to, or she pretends to get the references I make. So she's like understanding all these movie references from other movies now, like the horse head scene and the wedding
Oh,
scene, and
I
like
guess you're right. It connects a lot of dots.
yeah, Sonny beating the shit out of Carlo. The greatest whiff punch in cinematic history. He misses Carlo's face by like 9 inches, and it's still. And then he bites his hand. So I obviously I don't have to sit here and tell you how good The Godfather is. But either way, the point of that story was I forgot all about the NIT game. Didn't watch that. It went over by like 8 points, so I didn't have to sweat that shit out. And then every single golf bet I gave out on the show yesterday cashed. I had some going in the morning. I think those went 2 and 1, but the four I played on the show today or yesterday all won. And then later in the show, I asked Noops, I said, Noops, would you rather play the plus 1.5 or would you play the over? And he said the over 19.5 is probably the look. And that landed on 20 games. So even the soft stuff got through. And yes, the actual draw is in a little bit, but the World Cup draw is happening to the point where a meeting was moved at work so that Reed could watch the World Cup draw because he's such a massive US soccer fan. So my golf meeting, I don't have to go to my golf meeting after this, Alex. It's happening right now, apparently. And that's how I know I can talk shit about Reed moving the meeting because he's in a meeting right now. He's not watching the show. But regardless, we will get some plays out. We'll have some picks today. We'll send into the weekend, talk about some of the bigger events happening, and we'll start with the association where you have a straight up money line play today. I know you're the kind of guy who does draw the line at betting some of these small dogs. Is like I'm not going to take a point and a half. I'm just going to bet the money line. Is that what this line is? Like plus 1.5?
Yeah, it's sitting at 1.5 here. I've got the Houston Rockets again. I have to go back and look at this. It seems like every time there's a big slate, I have fewer bets, but I guess I should have waited, Andy. Some money's come in on Sacramento here. The Rockets are at home. They're now getting 3 points. The money line's plus 120. I like the plus 120. I'll probably go back and grab some plus three for myself here. Again, played it at plus 105. Maybe someone's coming back from Sacramento who was listed as out this morning. Maybe there's something going on here, but the Rockets are tanking fairly hard, but they shouldn't be underdogs here against a team in Sacramento that's also tanking pretty hard at home. This game, I have it pretty much as a pick 'em. Actually, the Rockets maybe as a small favorite, -1, -1.5 if I was going to hang a line here. So to get them at plus money seemed great. Again, it's moved against me a little bit, so I'm going to wait here. Again, feel free to play the money line as it is right now, plus 120. I'll probably grab some plus three. Again, I like three. there's not a ton of important numbers in the NBA, but three is actually a pretty nice number to grab when you can. So I'll probably go back and grab some three here when we get done the show. It's just a spot where, again, I have the Rockets, as a small favorite here at home. And it's always hard to figure out at the end of the season with some of these tanking teams what's going on, how motivated everyone's going to be. But in a game where I think, again, both teams are of equal levels of motivation, I'm happy to take the home team, and I have them as a small favorite here. Bunch of other games going on. I will mention the Lakers Pelicans game is something that I spent a lot of time thinking about today. And I like the Pelicans. A lot of smart people like the Lakers. It's a really weird spot there. Looks like LeBron James will be back. So that might actually be a little more fun game to watch. The Lakers in quote a must-win situation, playing for their lives. And then it's a shame, Andy. The late games are the fun ones. Your slumber pups there against the Nuggets. I mean, that's going to be a really fun game. That's like 9 o'clock my time. Hopefully, I'll make it through at least the first half of that.
Yeah, I already foresee my daughter asking to watch that, and me having to tell her that she can watch part of it. Ah, hell, it's Friday, right? There's no school tomorrow. Whatever, she can stay up late if she can make it through that game. It starts at 8. Whatever. She has a volleyball tournament not till Sunday though, so she can
Hmm.
just sleep in Saturday. Whatever, we're fine with it. So maybe we'll
They're
we'll
kids. They're
stay we'll
fine.
stay up and watch it. That's a massive game for. I mean, if the Timberwolves lose that game, it's going to be really hard to get out of that seventh spot. So they are a 3-point dog in the Mile High City. That's a super important one for what's the name of our young coach? I'm such a fan. I don't know our coach's name.
Finch. I think it's Chris Finch.
Finch. There we go. I knew it was just a single syllable. I don't know. I wanted to say like Slade. That's not it at all. So Finch and the fellas. So I'll be looking forward to that. I probably will pull that up on Bally's because I know which channel it is now. 610 on your DirecTV remotes. Some other good. It's been great tennis, honestly. Both
Miami's
sides,
been awesome.
both sides, the men's and the women's. Uh, the match with Kekmanovic yesterday. I don't know if it's a Kekmanovic or Kekmanovic.
Kekmanovic.
I never know what to do with those C's at the end. But that was electric all the way to the end. Alcaraz is fun. Hubie Hurkacz making it through, taking down Meds, awesome. So we are just into the semifinals of the men's. A little bit of a surprise, obviously seeing Hurkacz here over Medvedev, but also Rude's opponent. Very surprising. Unlike the women's draw, not quite as chalky as we get to the semifinals, but still, these are going to be pretty good matches. Obviously, with Rude getting through to this spot and having a little bit of chaos in the other part of the quarters there, he is a massive favorite to make the finals, which is cool. He was a guy that we've kind of tracked in our tennis chat for many years, calling him the what was it? Is it just Holy Ghost? Is he our
Casper the Ghost. It's all
Casper the
good.
Holy? Oh, yeah, he's a
It's
second
all in
generation.
play.
His father played some ATP as well. And then Alcaraz, everybody's new favorite, is about a $2
Only
favorite over
18.
Hubie. And that is where I wonder if he should be. And he's so good. I mean, the guy, he's so strong. He creates shots. He's smart, where he's actually like, I don't just say like create shots, but like sets up shots, and he adjusts quickly in match. So maybe this is a shitty thing to say, but like an 18-year-old laying this kind of number in a big ass semifinal seems scary, but you don't see 18-year-olds come along like this every day. Like he is very good.
Against the defending champion, no less.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him move over to the European clay season, see what happens there, because we could have some absolute battles between him and even. I mean, Rafa's a million years old, but if his shoulder's right, I'd love to see them play in every tournament. That would be just give me 4 weeks of those two going at it in Masters 1000s and then up in Roland Garros. So looking for I probably won't be able to take in the Rude match with the timing of it and stuff I have, but Hubie and Alcaraz, really nice little appetizer to the Timberwolves game for me. No bets for me. If you guys have anything in the chat, drop them in the chat or in the YouTube comments. And then the women's final is, when is this? Tomorrow? Did we decide what time? We were guessing yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow, and I don't think we know what time it is. I guess it'll probably be around 7 o'clock or so. A really fun match again. It's going to be Naomi Osaka, the number one of old, versus Iga Swiatek, the number one of soon to be. I think she might technically be
Yeah.
number one already. it's hard to say with the ranking stuff and the way it moves around. I mean, Swiatek's played some great tennis here, but she's a pretty solid favorite, close to minus 200 here against Naomi Osaka. The total sits right about 21 and a half games. Nothing really stuck out to me here, Andy. I think maybe you take the winner, whoever you think's going to win, and bet him 2-1. I think this will be a long match, but the over 2.5 sets price looks about right. Again, the over 21 and a half games price looks just about right here. Um, it's just going to be a really fun match. I mean, make sure that you're watching it, but I don't know if I could tell you what to bet, unfortunately. And the men's matches, I would sprinkle her cats a little bit. I think that's worth a fun play there. But yeah, when it comes to Osaka versus Swiatek, there, I'm just going to watch. It's going to be fun. I mean, I'll probably place a fun bet on Osaka 2-1 or something like that, but nothing sticks out as value.
Yeah, right now as we stand it, and I love Brett. Brett would be a really good asset for this because he always seems to have the answer for this instantly. But on Flash Score, it is showing as April 2nd, 2200. That is late. Even if that's local time, that's 9 p.m. start Central.
Is that
Are they
10?
gonna
Oh, 9
Yeah,
Central, yeah.
that's 10 Eastern. Are they gonna start the final at 10 local? What madness is
Probably.
this? It's a Saturday. You don't need to like, oh man, people are working and we gotta have this on late in prime time. Like you could
It's
start
Miami.
this at
People are heading to
5.
clubs.
Yeah, start this at 5 so people can get down to the clubs afterwards. I don't know if that's accurate, but right now Flash Score says 10 p.m., which is and here's the other thing.
Tuesday.
I wonder if Flash Scores if I have it set up for Central Time, there's a decent chance that's happening. That means it'd be 11 local. That can't be accurate at all. I'm throwing all this out the window. Brett says 1 p.m. Eastern. So that makes a lot more sense. Like have it on the middle of the day. It's a Saturday. Thank you, Brett. I was here just kind of, you know, stalling for one of you guys in the chat to put some information up for me. Food Snob says 5 p.m., but that might be like God knows where that guy lives time. Maybe that's Sir Tagenbosch time. I'm not sure where he lives. I just that's a fun name to
You
say.
just
So
like saying Sir Bus. You're so
Sir
proud of yourself that
Tagenbosch.
you figured it out.
It took me like 6 years to be able to pronounce that team. Yeah, it is. So yeah, 5 p.m. Sir Tagenbosch time and 1 p.m. Eastern. There we go. Golf today. Here's the fun thing about golf, especially at a couple of the offshores I bet matchups at. A lot of times, if you have a daily matchup on Thursday, they're just going to put up the same effing matchup on Friday. They will adjust the price. A couple of them they adjusted the wrong way, in my opinion. And literally, I said I gave out 4 plays yesterday. I had 3 others in the morning. I bet all 7 again. So I gave out those 4 in the afternoon. And we do have I forgot we have a tennis bet. Shit, go. You better talk tennis first. I forgot. I already moved on to
That's all
golf.
right. I
So
was good. I was going to let you skip over it.
we didn't. Yeah, we didn't have the. I didn't have the Marbella thing up. All right, let's talk Marbella quick, and then I'll get into the weirdness.
I'll let you get back into the left. Yeah, this one will be real early tomorrow morning. Again, going to keep playing Oceana Dan. Was a winner for us, even though we had a fairly negative CLV. Better at plus 125. She closed close to plus 160. Won the match. Continues to move on here. She is a short underdog against Tamara Korpach. I have her as a favorite in this match, closer to minus 130, minus 140. So plus anything on Dodan, who again continues to, I think, not necessarily fit the bill of what one looks for in a successful clay player, but with her power and her strong serve, has the tools, I think, to be successful in maybe unconventional ways, if you will. Generally, when you think of a clay tennis player, you think of someone with elite movement. Someone like Simona Halep, who's just all over the court, getting to every single ball on that slow surface. But you have players, again, like Pliskova, like Kvitova, who've had a lot of success on clay without really having to move so much. If you have the requisite power to hit through, you generally do pretty well. So, like Dodan here at plus money and Marbella.
Yeah, I'll keep riding the Dodan train. It's a cash train right now. That's it. I said you can only fade a player and win once. It's the opposite with a cash train. You can ride a cash train as long as keep it on the tracks. So I'm ready. I'm ready for that. Anyway, yeah, back to like my weird diatribe about golf. So I said I bet the same 7 matchups, but I'm not going to give out the same 4. They flip flop. So the afternoon ones I gave out yesterday,
Ah,
all those guys are playing in the morning. They're playing right now. couple of them aren't actually doing so hot. I wish Lanto Griffin would get his maybe start sucking a
Not
little
to be
more like he
confused with
should.
Lando.
Not to be yeah, completely different guy. Lanto with a T. So the ones I played in the morning while the show was going on become afternoon ones. So I bet all three again. Russell Knox obviously looked very good yesterday. Leading. He was your first round leader. I bet against a guy who shot 5 under yesterday, but luckily my golfer bet 7 under. I really that wasn't a Scott Stallings fade. That was absolutely a Russell Knox play. So I was kind of pissed to see Scott Stallings playing so well. Like, am I going to lose on this when my guy plays this well? Hopefully, we can go back to the well there. Stallings, I don't think should be able to put up that. I don't think either man should be able to put up that kind of score this afternoon. It's going to get windy, but I like Knox a lot better in that spot again. And then Woodland over Kuchar was the only loss yesterday out of these seven, and the price went the other way, which is usually a good indication too. Like they dare you take some Kuchar at a big plus price. Remember yesterday he beat Gary Woodland. We're going to give you a better price now. Have at it. I don't think books are ever trying to trick you, but I'm fully. Oh, geez, I'm throwing phones around. I'm fully fine taking this again at a big price. So Woodland over Cooch. If Kuchar burns me again, so be it. But my numbers don't have this close. And then Cheng Sung Pan over Wyndham Clark. Pan's a guy I like a bit here. I took him in a full tournament matchup over Takumi Kanaya as well. That's looking okay. So minimally, I need CT Pan to play decent this afternoon and just keep his nice big lead in the full tournament matchup as well. So just those three this afternoon, and then we'll move on to getting past the cut line and 2 more days till Masters Week.
Actually, I'm interested in this Tour of Flanders nonsense here. I don't know if you saw in the chat, Nick gives out a quite big price on somebody who's cycling. I don't think do we have any cycling people? I guess we have Vinny who's good on the cycling. Snize does
So
a little bit of the cycling.
Vinny and Pete and Drew Whale pays attention to it,
Drew a
but
little bit, yeah.
Vinny's a European guy. He really does, and Pete loves cycling just because he went to a boarding school and fenced. I mean, he's just the kind of guy who would love cycling. I don't think he actually fenced. I just like to
He's played polo before. I mean, that's
Oh,
the best way I describe Pete.
yeah, he has for sure played
Like on the
polo
horses with the
with yeah, and he wears a Patagonia vest. He's a finance guy. Actually, doesn't even live in New York City anymore. So maybe he's
had to
changed his
run
stripes.
away.
But yeah, either way, I'm looking forward to some cycling stuff. You guys never cover cycling. We really don't because we don't know it. Maybe we should have a. Maybe I'll call Lance. I'll see if Cheryl still has his number. I
You
know
ride a
her.
bike, you ride it real fast. I don't.
Vez Lambert, 151 each way for 5 places. Don't know if US
Jeez.
books bet this. US books likely not to give you the each way price for the 5 places, nor will there probably even be a way to bet around that with the top 5 price or anything. But we will have a
Some
tour of,
offshores probably have that.
well, yeah, we'll have Tour de France outright. Tour of Flanders seems like a stretch. So if you want to bet this, you may have to reach out to a friend in Europe who can place a bet for you. Tour of Flanders. Well, I don't even remember what country that is. It seems like the
Actually, no.
Netherlands.
FanDuel does have Tour of Flanders, just outright betting though.
You got to be
Let's see.
kidding me. For
Let's see
real?
what Mr. Lampert's at.
Here we go.
100 to 1
stand.
on Mr. Lampert. But
I
again,
stand
just the
corrected.
outright. You can't do all the fun each ways.
All right. I'm in Belgium. I knew it was the lowlands.
So yeah,
I just
Flanders.
couldn't remember.
I'm Belgian.
Lot of
So it makes
a
me fun.
lot of geography talk today. I'm like very German, but I have a lot of family from Luxembourg as well. So, and I love the movie in Bruges. Speaking of Colin Farrell, is he in that?
He is.
Sure.
That's why I haven't watched it.
The Final Four starts today, and Colin Farrell loves the Final Four. It doesn't start today; it starts this weekend.
The Final
But
Four.
Final Four is going on tomorrow. We have 2 games, and then your championship will be on my birthday, Monday, April 4th, when I turn pretty old. I'm getting pretty old. Either way, it's a big week. It's my birthday. It's the national championship. It's Masters Week. Ontario goes live for sports betting with some new books. Huge week next week. Cannot overstate how that's going to go. But both games, the sides have stayed pretty static, right around the four. Kansas took a little juice right off the bat. I'm surprised the Duke number haven't moved. I really thought this would move, and I didn't bet these early. I didn't think I needed to. I guess I thought I'd let the market speak a little first. But if I'm betting this, I'm betting Duke and I'm betting Kansas. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good in my heart, in my stomach, in my brain.
Ooh.
But numbers say like Kansas against Nova missing a good player. That's short, and I make the Duke number like 6. And again, if I reconfigure things to, hey, this isn't the North Carolina team that we saw most of the season. It is a much, much, much better team. The Duke number makes more sense. If I had to make one bet, it would just be the Kansas -4.5. So I'll probably have a small position on them, but maybe I just close the season on a win with the NIT final over and not mess with this. So Kansas -4. I mean, are you going to bet any of these? Are you going to wait bet the Natty? Are you going to do anything with it?
It just bums me out. I should have known. I should have seen at the beginning that they're going to give Coach K a championship. So we're going to have Duke versus Kansas, and Duke's going to beat Kansas in a mildly contested contest. It's so boring. I'm so sick of these people. Ugh, let's get it over with.
Get it over with. All right, yeah, Duke. One way or the other. At
Go
the end of the
Villanova.
week,
Come on.
at the end of the week, we'll be done with Coach K. I mean, there'll still be a week of goddamn coverage. That's the beauty of the Masters. The Masters, you needed a big event right away. Otherwise, it was going to be a week of goddamn, just shining his melon for a week. It's like we don't need that. Yeah, I almost said something else. But wait, the Masters is absolutely
Polishing his
going to.
knob.
Yeah. Polishing his knob was where I was going with it. Tour of Flanders and the Masters will kind of steal some of that coverage, which helps. And with that, let's wrap the week up
Little
with
Flanders
some
Friday action.
thumbs up. Thumbs up if you are excited about the Tour of Flanders this weekend. I'm not sure if it's even starting this weekend. The Final Four of the Masters, the Valero Texas Open, the Miami Finals, and the NBA season coming to a bit of a denouement. We'll see you next week.